Today I'll be doing the one color challenge by using this wheel to decide which color it will be. Okay, so here's a list of a few primary colors I have. Now whatever color is chosen, it better be not some funk. Please. No. Wait. That could have ruined everything. I literally thought I was actually cooked. Did you see how close it was to clicking brown? That would have ruined it. Promise I would have ruined it. Bro, I don't even know what I'm doing. But since the wheel chose white, I'm thinking maybe we can do a modern house. I feel like a modern house would be a good fit. And I kind of want to make this house like 2-story. And of course for the roof, we're going to do a flat roof. Oh my gosh, bro. Can you please? I'm just gonna extend this out a little bit. This room isn't really gonna be anything. I just want to add it as for like show. This area is going to be like a little balcony. Okay, now for the color palette. So I can only use white. So I'm gonna take institutional white. And the only thing that's good about this is that I can change the texture. And that's probably the only thing that's good about this. Like the material is gonna play a big role in this house. What if we made the whole roof concrete, and then we change the walls to plaster instead of it all being just one material? Because depending on the material, it'll decipher like the darkness of the color. You see how the plaster is way lighter than the actual concrete? Now I kind of want to add a basic cube right here and resize it to the platform, because I mean I don't want all of this to look the same. I feel like a type of stone texture like this would help. Oh, there's a okay. And now we can just add some good old modern windows, and then we can add this frosted elegant door, and then we can put another frosted door right here into the balcony. And I feel like the shell of the house is pretty much done. Working on the front yard should be next, and I'm just going to copy these stepping stones for the rest of the front yard here. And here in the center, I'm going to kind of make this like a little elevated garden moment. I don't know why I'm doing this, because these bushes are gonna have to be white. Okay, I feel like the shell of the house is done.
You cannot be for real. Oh my god, you for real. No, you for fake. No, you for real.
So let's work on this interior. So I want a staircase in front of these windows like that, even though this leads up to nowhere. But I feel like the material really shades it differently. And then for the floor, I feel like the best bet for the floor is just making everything marble. And then we can just copy the walls from the outside. I mean, let's be honest, this is the only thing that kind of looks good. And then we can just copy this fence. I don't know why I made like a rhombus shape, but I did. Now when I think about it, this won't have an entrance, so I'm actually dumb. I might add a chandelier right there. Okay, so I was thinking this side can be like a living room, and this side will be like the kitchen and dining. And then we can add like a wall right here for the bathroom. Go ahead and start with the kitchen. I was thinking about placing the oven right here and the fridge right there. And then as for the counters, we can just fill up that space. And then we can add like the microwave right next to the oven, and then fill the rest up with counters.
What?
And of course we're gonna need the island, because I love my islands. And remember, all of this has to be white, so I have to change everything to white. And then I guess we can make the counters white. And I feel like the sink can go on the island. Place our oven, our $2,600 fridge, and then our microwave. I feel like adding like a glass shelf right here would look good, so we can just place our mugs alongside here. Are these white? They're literally a gray color. How? And then in this corner we can add like a coffee machine. Then we're gonna need some spatulas and some spoons, along with some salt and pepper and a knife set. Then we can also just place some oil right next to that. And then lastly, we can place like a fruit bowl right here in the center of the island. And then for the chairs for the island, we can just use these stools. This is literally horrible. Now that the kitchen is finished, let's start on the dining room. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put the dining room right here, and I'm just gonna place a basic cube down. And then on top of that, we can place a cylinder and flatten this. And we can just do these like modern chairs for the dining table. And then in the center, we'll just place a bouquet of flowers. Is that in the center? No, it's not. Now we can just set the table with like a placemat and a plate, along with a fork and a glass cup. This is literally blinding me. Like I'm gonna get a migraine after this. I think the table is set. Now let's move on with the living room. Now in the living room, I do want to install a fireplace. Does that include the lighting? Bro, that's including the lighting. This is gonna be bad. Then we can add a couch. Then we can place a carpet right underneath. And we'll just copy the same colors I did for the dining room. And I'm just placing a basic cube to make a custom coffee table. I'm gonna be using a stone texture so we can withdraw some of the white. Then we can add a book along with a plant. Oh, that's including the window. I totally forgot about this. I have to change the windows. OMG. And let's go ahead and add some pillows. And depending on the material, maybe we can kind of make or break this. And then we can just add a blanket. I'm gonna readjust this blanket to where it looks like it overlaps. Maybe if we add more basic shapes to the side here and make this like a stone texture, it'll help the white. And lastly, we can just add a big screen TV. I feel like in these areas, they can just be like shelves. And I feel like just adding books and maybe some like frames. And we can pretend these are like family photos. Maybe some other decor. And we can just add kind of the same stuff on this side, but more of like actual decor. And I have a feeling that this side is going to be kind of dark, so I'm going to add a candle. Above, I feel like adding just a hanging plant would fit this all together. Now for the bathroom, I'm going to use this tall modern door, and we can just place like a modern counter as well as a toilet, and we can just do this modern tile shower. And we're definitely going to need a mirror along with a sink. Now we're going to need some toothbrushes and some toilet paper. Dude, if you were living with someone and everything had to be white, imagine like you using someone else's toothbrush. Ugh.
So it looks like you're enjoying yourself.
I'm gonna make it look a little bit more realistic. I'm gonna add just some towels here to indicate that someone's like kind of already using the bathroom. I do want to fill up this little space right here. We'll be adding this glamorous coffee table, and then we can install another shelf. And of course, we can just fill this up with books. I feel like in this area, it's also gonna be kind of dim, so I'm gonna add another candle along with like a vase and possibly just like a random wooden alpaca. And we can make this marble. And lastly, a little runway carpet. And here we have our little nook area. Okay, I feel like the whole downstairs is pretty much done. Let's start on the upstairs. So for the entry, I do want to add more of these bookshelves, fill up the space. This whole area is going to be my room, and this can be like a master bathroom. And since there's like space right here, we can just add a carpet, and we're obviously going to need to add some doors. Like a modern console table along with just a mirror would look really nice, along with just a few plants right next to it. Then we can just add some like decor items, and maybe since we have so much space up here, we can add like a second living room along with like another fireplace. Dude, it is so bright, but like when you put the roof back on, it looks kind of nice. It's just the lighting. Then we can just add some more plants on the side here. Now let's move on to the master bathroom. So I want there to be 2 sinks. Before I forget, let me add the door because I would forget. Along with like a long mirror. And I feel like a nice like $2,000 tub would look good. And we can just make this marble. And then we can just add like a shelf. So we can just add some towels. And so it doesn't look too white, I'm going to change the material. And I'm just going to resize these ones to look like rags. Bro, where am I going to put the toilet? I'll just put the toilet right here. Dude, that looks so awkward. It's okay. Then we can just add another carpet. Maybe we can make this a different texture. I wonder if I put these wedges, it'll stick out. No. And then we can just make these marble. And we can just add some shampoo. And I feel like another plant would look super good right here. And possibly a candle. Oh yeah. That looks nice. Then we can just place some picture frames. And then we can just add a trash bin and make this white. The master bathroom is pretty much done. But let's move on to the bedroom. So let's add this contemporary bed. And then we can just fill these up with pillows. Okay, why can't I add bedding to this? Am I stupid? Why won't it let me add bedding? Am I dumb or something?
Why won't it let me add blankets?
And we can just add this carpet. And we can just add like a candle right here. And probably just like a coffee table book. Then we can just place like 3 paintings above my bed. And then maybe in this corner, we can add like a custom desk by placing like a transparent cube and making this marble. And then we can just add like an office chair along with a laptop. Maybe even 2 computers because I feel like it just gives luxury. And next to this, we can just add like a couple bookshelves. Let's work on this outside patio. I feel like 2 nice little armchairs will look nice, and then a custom table. And just to be nice, we can add like a little blanket along with some like pillows possibly. And then we can just place some random plants out here. The lighting is what's gonna really suck, so I'm not gonna place much lighting. Oh no. Oh no, it'll have to do. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we can't do this. We obviously don't need much in this one because it already has like fireplace. Oh my goodness. No, this will have to do. Bro, I really wanted to add like a chandelier right here.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my gosh, I cannot see, bro. Okay. I can't do this. What the hell is my problem? The build is finally complete, so let's take a tour. Okay, so here's the outside of the one color challenge house. I did a modern style build, and I think it came out pretty well. Then when you'll enter the dining area / the kitchen. Overall, I think it came out very nice. I tried not to put that much lighting in here so it doesn't become so blinding, but it's very spacious, very nice. It kind of gives Kim Kardashian. And then to the right here is the living room. It came out very cute. And then over here is the bathroom. Not much going on here. Try to keep it very minimalistic since I was going for a modern style. Then if you go towards the stairs, you'll see some bookshelves. Then you just go up these spiral stair. Oh my gosh. Then if you go up these spiral stairs, you'll enter the second living room area. And then to the left is this door, which is the bedroom. The bedroom is very bright, but I think it came out very nice. And of course my ensuite. I love how spacious it is. Then if you go back to my bedroom, you'll enter this door, which is the balcony, which you can just sit and watch the stars. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Voxel out.